want it. Holy shit, I'm more than one, and I want it done. I am sick and tired. Sick and tired. You notice tired always follows after sick. Oh well. Happy Wackadoodle Wednesday, everybody. This is Grammy Mary here on World Truth Radio and RealLibertyMedia.com, Channel 9. Also on the WorldTruth.org Spreaker channel. And yes, this is, a Wackadoodle Wednesday in Grammy's Rocket Chair. It's December the 16th. Yeah, I know I'm a little early on the Christmas music, but you know what? I've only got a couple of days to play it on the radio. And I'm gonna try and find interesting Christmas music to play. But that doesn't necessarily mean y'all will find it interesting. Oh, well. So, how has everybody's week been? Mine has been a week already. Yippee-yi-yay, cow patty. Who is gadinking me? Ouch, kitty. I know. Darn cat. She always thinks she needs to help me with the radio, and she's really not a whole hell of a lot of help. Someone needs to tell her that. Okay, over here on World Truth, I see Atrax. I see Bo Diddy. I see Bubs Monkey and Miri B. I also saw Fireman was here. And David is here. And who else is here? I'm waiting for it to refresh. Yeah, and by the way, anybody that's listening, yeah, we had a big bada boom earlier today. The server crashed, and they told me that we had a large influx, but after emailing with Cause, he said, no, well, actually, a large load is what they said, and it's like, wow, whew, that sounds interesting. In any case, yeah, we apparently our server host is having some issues because Padded Corner was down for around 2 hours last night. So Cause said it's on their end because he checked the WT stuff and said it's all good. So there you go. I don't know. I don't understand that stuff. I need to learn it. But you know what? I'm an old person. So this could take me a while to learn it. Oh, I'm sorry, Faye Grimm. Darn it all. I'm glad you're back here, though. I really am. Oh, I see Laddie is here as well. Laddie's been sharing some wonderful stuff, and Spirit Wolf is here over on World Truth. Oh, true, Spirit Wolf. Let's see. Oh, and there's Grimmy. Thank you, Grim. And Becky Haynes. Hi, Becky. Okay, Rascal, honey, I love you, but until you learn to retract the claws, you have to stay down. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Ouch. What is that? Let me see. Oh, Becky found something pretty. Okay. In any case, over here in the RLM, let me go say Heidi ho before I get to the fun festivities. Uh-oh, Vince also just quit. Oops. Later, dude. Okay. What are you calculating, Grim? 113. Okay, over here in the RLM, I see Asmo right there at top again. Asmo is always on top. I think he prefers it that way. I'm not sure, though. I also see Barman is here, as well as the lovely Beth Z. And looky there, there's Cowboy Tech. And, oh, my favoriteest heavy breather in the whole wide world. Hi, Darth Romes. And directly following the heavy breather, well, no, I'm the heavy breather, is Grimner. And then looky there, the mighty Moose Girl and the lovely Kate. And then there's me, picking on everybody. I also see IB Don C is here, as well as Java Doctor 2, the new and improved version. Juana Taco is here, so is Oslo, and RLM 29173. 1022. RLM 22. That's what I'll break you down to. Actually, I could say RLM 4, but I prefer 22. 22 sounds more fun. Because when you say 4, you think you need to dodge a golf ball flying by. Okay, Rob Works, bless his heart, he's over here on World Truth as well, shared this just a little bit ago. It's from blacklistednews.com, and by golly, I may have to go join this church. Although my Sunday drive will be a little far, I'm thinking. The first fully legal ayahuasca church in America has to open soon. I'm just really proud of myself that I could say that name or that word. Okay, in the past, there has been a variety of other small and private ayahuasca churches in the U.S., but these were very difficult to find and get involved with. Ayahuasca teachings, on the other hand, will be entirely open to the public and advertised freely. It was recently announced that the first public and legal ayahuasca church in America will be opening soon. A spiritual retreat in Peru called Ayahuasca Healings applied for church status in the United States, and surprisingly, they were approved. The location for the group, or the location the group has chosen, is a 160-acre plot of land in Elbe. Is that Elbe, Washington, or just Elbe? The group says that the world is suffering from sickness and a lack of clarity. Amen, amen. I say amen. And that ayahuasca could help reverse the dangerous path humanity has been walking. Ayahuasca is a psychoactive brew that has been ritualistically ingested by indigenous tribes since before recorded history. The ayahuasca brew is traditionally prepared using the... Okay, now here comes the fun part. I know my tongue is gonna get all knotted up on this. Banisteriopsis kype vine, and Psychotria viridis leaves. Okay. Psychotria viridis contains N-dimethylpentapentapent. Yeah, DMT. It has DMT in its leaves. I'm going to stick with that. While Banisteriopsis contains beta-carbolines like harmine and harmaline. DMT has long been known to have powerful psychoactive properties that can create life-changing spiritual experiences. Well, moving to Washington State? No, not an option. In a recent interview, church founder Trinity D. Guzman told Vince's Munchies that ayahuasca is a sacred plant medicine that indigenous tribes have been working with for thousands of years, and they've used it as a tool for healing spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And there's probably some out there that are saying, Grammy, you really should move to Washington State. He continued to state that most importantly, it's a tool to connect with the spirit realm. It's an uncontrolled substance, but DMT, which can be extracted from the plants, is a controlled Schedule I drug by the DEA. Once again, the Alphabet Soup Brigade steps in and rears its ugly head. Ayahuasca itself is not a scheduled drug, but it's legal in a religious and spiritual setting. So, simply stated, ayahuasca is legal if your intentions are sincerely religious, and it's legal under a church. You have to be a member of a church, which has that legal protection, which really, okay, I'm going to just create my own damn church then. I can do that, right? I mean, all I got to do is become a minister. And I'm thinking I can become that minister in the Pastafarian church, right? Thank you, Barman, for tweeting me. Let me. Get that tweet shared real quick. Okay. Trinity went on to explain how his church would be different from traditional American churches, which I'm just thinking ayahuasca in and of itself is different from any other American churches. Other churches talk about God and the person like a pastor. Talking to the room is the connection to God. But the Native American churches, this is about connecting with God yourself and having a direct experience with the Creator. He also gave details on how they can operate legally without any fear of raids from the police. Famous last words. Basically, we're working with the New Haven Native American Church, which is a branch of the Oklahoma, okay, I know I butchered that, Native American Church, and has the authority and the ability to use sacraments like ayahuasca by virtue of the American Indian Religious Freedom Act, which I thought the First Amendment was enough. Excuse me. It's designed to protect and preserve the tradition and cultural practices of American Indians, he explained. As a result, pertaining to us, the government cannot interfere with our Native American ceremonies, sacraments, or our plant teachers like peyote and ayahuasca. And once again, I reiterate, First Amendment, although why that's even an amendment, how could you forget to put that in the initial document? Seriously? Freedom of speech? Freedom to practice your religion, and Congress can't make any rules or regulations or bullshit about your religion? Freedom of the press, which, yeah, that's a funny one. The United States Supreme Court has unanimously ruled in favor of the legal religious use of ayahuasca, and the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit Court has affirmed that Santo Daime Church's freedom to use ayahuasca for religious purposes. However, ayahuasca's principally active ingredient, DMT, remains a Schedule I controlled substance carrying a steep prison sentence. So don't get busted carrying stuff to church, okay? Because you know they will get you. Oh, looky there. The Atrax showed up over here in the RLM. Hey there, darling. How's it going? That's right. Grammy's Rocket Church. That's what we'll call it. I even have a building out back that we can put it in. I know, Grim. Can't be having fun. Government doesn't like you having fun. I'll go ahead and share this over on World Truth again. Just because maybe I have friends that Rob Works doesn't have, and so therefore, yeah. This is totally a religious thing here. You know, we're sharing the goodness of Mother Earth in a religious manner. There you go. Hi, Bo Diddy. Hi, Bobby. I did not forget about you, darling. I just kind of got sidetracked. You know how my brain works. Not very well sometimes. I think I'll put that over on Twitter as well. And let's see. I'm going to hashtag it. Oops. I'll say amen. Okay, now seeing as how we're talking about that lovely little church there, how about we go over to UPI, because there's another lovely little thing going on in the religious category, and I may as well be doing a little bit of the religious stuff, don't you think? I mean, it's hump day, and this is the day when everybody has their little catechism classes in the evening out in this neck of the woods. So, from UPI, New Zealand awards Pastafarians the right to perform marriages. See, I need to become a Pastafarian minister, and then that way I can perform ceremonies for others, because I don't think I really want to go there ever again. Did that for a really long time, and I got my fill. In Wellington, New Zealand, members of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, otherwise known as Pastafarians, ramen, were granted the right to perform marriage ceremonies in New Zealand. The approval of the application was reported in the New Zealand Gazette, stating that as of December 10th, members of the church were granted permission to perform marriage ceremonies. Pastafarians believe in a giant flying spaghetti monster, or giant flying monster made of spaghetti, and have been known to wear colanders on their heads, or an eye patch, or dress like a pirate and talk like a pirate and all that other fun stuff. Yeah, and did you know? I got informed the other day that human meets monster. So, is it a giant flying human made of spaghetti, or are we all giant spaghetti peoples just kind of wandering around? We're all a little bit on the noodly side, don't you think? While some consider the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster to be purely satirical, a leader of a New Zealand church vouched for their legitimacy to Radio New Zealand. We are a bona fide church, and our people do like to get married. Some of them several times, she said. Wow. Once? No. We like to have baptisms and babies and celebrations and divorces, and it's always nice to have official marriage celebrants preside over these celebrations. I wonder, you don't have to go to the church either to, or not the church, but to the gooberment either, do you? Huh. I don't want to ask anybody for permission to spend the rest of my life with somebody, because maybe I will decide somewhere down the road, or they will decide somewhere down the road that, it's just not worth it anymore. Hasta la taco, muchachos. Yeah. The Register General of Births, Deaths, and Marriages, Jeff Montgomery, stood by his decision to approve the request, despite calling it one of our more unusual ones. Really? I've read of people marrying their virtual friends. And I'm not talking, like meeting up with someone in a social media network situation. I am talking about creating a virtual reality, your little world, whatever the hell those worlds are called. I have no idea. And then creating someone that is your bestest bud, and then winding up marrying that person that's in that virtual realm because you've fallen in love with your own creation. Duh, it's your own creation. If you can't love your own creation, then oh well, as the Registrar General, it is my role to apply the relevant legislation, and in this case, my decision can only be based on whether the organization upholds or promotes religious beliefs, or philosophical, or humanitarian convictions. So, apparently, that's all you have to do, is either have religious beliefs, or philosophical beliefs, or humanitarian convictions. Well, I've got 2 of those covered. I don't do the religious beliefs things anymore, because to me, religion is control. But, philosophical and humanitarian, I got those. Although humanitarian, is that monsteritarian? Seeing as how human apparently means monster? I have been accused of being that. Yes, I have. Oh, hey. Oh, drink like a pirate? Hey, there you go. Yeah, and I do have a holy colander. How special. Ayahuasca spaghetti. That sounds yummy. The slurpy noodly goodness. Get in touch with your God. There you go. I could do that. Oh, well. Let's just share this, shall we? Ramen. Okay. I think I'll put that on Twitter as well. Just because. I'm not really a Twitter file, but yeah, what the hell? I try occasionally. Like twice a week. I try. Okay. There you go. Oh, cut it out. Rascal, get down, baby. Okay. Well, I have some notifications. Let me see what I got going here. Hey there, fireman. Are you going to go to church with me, hon? We can take turns driving. I'll swing along, pick you up, and then we'll road trip. Road trip! I have a general idea. You're southwest of me. That's a general idea, right? Okay, well, seeing as how we have been talking about, religious things, how about we get to something that I find, well, I believe apparently he's getting fewer and fewer believers. From the WashingtonExaminer.com, President Dangleberry pauses while speaking at the Pentagon Monday about the fight against the Islamic State group following a National Security Council meeting. But according to Pew, that's pretty much what I think of anybody in government, the nation loses faith in Dangleberry's ability to fight terror. Lowest point of presidency. Well, I'm thinking that if y'all actually talk to real, live, walking and talking individuals, as opposed to, going to the standard, although, I'm sure how do they collect their information? Do they stand on street corners? Do they go to grocery stores? Do they call people? Because trust me, if it's a unknown or a private number or a whatever, I don't answer. So maybe that's why I never get to participate in any of these lovely little Pew surveys, because I don't answer the frickin' phone. Apparently, the recent killings in San Bernardino, California, and Paris have shaken the American public, and now the percentage of people who say the government is doing a good job in the war on terror has hit the lowest point since 9/11. That's according to a new Pew Research Center poll. Apparently, those that believe it's doing very well is only 46%, whereas those that believe it's doing not too or not at all well is 52%. I'm thinking those numbers are entirely too close. Entirely. At least for my liking. In just the last few weeks, faith. Now see, it's a religion. Faith, hope, all those lovely little words that you associate with religious beliefs. Faith in the fight has dropped 26 points from 72% to 46% and now stands at its lowest in the post-9/11 era, said Pew. And despite his repeated claims that the administration is winning the war against, Pew said that Americans have less faith in President Dangleberry, too. Well, just 37% approve of the way Dangleberry is handling terrorism, while 57% disapprove. The lowest rating of his presidency for the issue, which, anytime the president steps up and says, we are going to fight terrorism, we are going to hit it where it hurts, we're going to hit them with carbon taxes. Really? Okay. Which reminds me, did any of you, it's been several years back, like around the end of Bush's reign to the beginning of Dangleberry's reign, where it was a Super Bowl commercial that GE did, and it starts out with a tree standing out in a meadow, a lovely tree, long, bushy, branchy tree. And next thing you know, the tree starts pulling up its roots. And it starts walking across the meadow. And it replants itself right beside a house that just happens to be using GE's new light bulb that emits fewer carbon dioxide atoms or less carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. And when I first saw that commercial, I laughed. Oh my God, I laughed. I mean, I seriously damn near fell off the couch. I was laughing so freaking hard. And I thought, you have got to be shitting me. This is the first time anybody has advertised their product by showing a suicidal tree. Because anybody that took any kind of science anytime during school would know that plants breathe in CO2 and exhale oxygen. You know, that's part of their process. And these morons said, oh, but the tree wants to snuggle up and get real close to this house that is suffocating it. A tree with a suicidal tendency. But they're going to sell you light bulbs in the process. These idiots, they are idiots everywhere. It's like, holy Lord Almighty. A hooty doody wuddy? A giant salamander? Oh, I need to check that shit out. I like salamanders. I know I'm kind of weird like that, but I do. And I don't remember who shared this over on World Truth. Excuse me. Excuse me, darn it. I don't remember if it was Caddy or I don't remember. But I'm going to share it again. Because it's like, really? I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you. Yes, I have notifications. Is there anybody in the shout box? I gotta look real fast. Nope. I already said hi, Bo, and hi, Bobby. Okay, yes. Come on. Show me my notifications. There it goes. Hi, DJ Doom. How you doing, darling? I hope you're doing well. Okay, let's put this over on Twitter as well. Who's messaging me? Lino! Hi, darling. I'm doing awesome, Lino. How are you doing, sweetheart? I hope everything is well in your neck of the woods. I hope you're staying nice and warm. It got just a wee bit chilly out here. And that freaking wind. Oy, oy, oy. And tomorrow is going to be even chillier. I think our high tomorrow is supposed to be 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Yippee-yi-yi-ka-paddy. I think I'm going to be wearing my fleece lined tights under my jeans tomorrow. Yes, sirree, Bob. Oop. Okay, got it shared over on Twitter too. I have a notification in Twitter. Holy smokes, Batman! What the hey? Oh. It's Barman liking my retweet. Thank you, darling. Okay. Now, seeing as how, I touched... Oh, ooh, ah. Wow. Do I want to finish saying that? No, I don't. No, I don't. That's icky. Okay, seeing as how we... I know, rascal. Stop it. Talked about Dangleberry. Let's go check out someone else, too, shall we? This is on FONews.com. Sources say that a review affirms that Clinton's server emails were top secret, despite department challenge. Ah, but it was a secure server. It was so secure, everything went away. On purpose. I know how that server issue goes. Really, I do. An Intelligence Committee review has reaffirmed that 2 classified emails were indeed top secret when they hit Hillary Clinton's unsecured personal server despite a challenge to that designation by the State Department. This is according to 2 sources familiar with the review. Why are they anonymous sources? Why are they always anonymous sources or sources familiar with the review? And yet y'all are getting a massive butt hurt every time someone says, anonymous. Oh God, I just made a radar. I know I did. As if I'm scared. The sources described the dispute over whether the 2 emails were classified at the highest level as a settled matter. Settled. You know, Shrillery is settling. Have you noticed? Gravity's really getting a hold of her. Whew. Ew. Agencies that owned and originated that intelligence, the CIA and National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, or NGA. Wow, I didn't even know about that one. Lord almighty, we got more damn alphabet soup brigades than you can shake a stick at. They reviewed the emails to determine how they should be properly stored, as the State Department took issue with their highly classified nature. The subject matter of the messages is widely reported to be the movement of North Korean missiles and a drone strike. And a cartridge in a bear tree. A top secret designation requires the highest level of security and can include the use of an approved safe. Wow, a virtual safe. Really? The sources, who were not authorized to speak on the record, but they blabbed it anyway, which reminds me, excuse me, squirrel. You know, I understand the whole flat earth thing about, you know, the government's lying to us, NASA's lying to us, yada, yada, yada. If people actually look at the pictures, the images, all the fun shit that you see from NASA, look really, really, really closely. Somewhere in there, somewhere in the description of that picture, it will say computer-generated image. So, you know, when people look at those pictures, and I look at some of those, and a lot of them, I was just like, well, oh, isn't that pretty? It's a pretty blue marble in the black inkiness of space. But, you know, then I got to thinking, how in the hell are they taking pictures of these satellites that are supposed to be taking pictures? And why is it that there's only one frickin' satellite showing in the picture? Because it's CGI. That's why. So, do we have any actual pictures of the globe? I don't know. Is it going to make a frickin' bit of difference on what the hell is going on with all of us little ants crawling around on this pretty little blue marble that's rolling around in the inkiness of space? I doubt it. It's just the fact that they're lying to us. That's enough, isn't it? Puts everything they say into question. Kind of like this shit. Yeah, these sources who are not authorized to speak, but they're going to leak it out anyway, and which is where I was going and got sidetracked again. Do you really think that a conspiracy that vast, with that many people, and I know compartmentalize and need to know basis and above your pay grade and yada 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 yada, and yeah, things are coming out, but really, some of these conspiracies, I'm starting to wonder if they're controlled opposition. If, you know, I really am starting to ponder. Well, not starting. I have been pondering for a while, but it's now starting to get to the point where it's like, wow. Yeah, I have a tinfoil hat for every day of the week, and there are different colors, each one of them. So, you know, I can mix and match to go along with the ensemble of the day. But, you know, some of this stuff is like, okay, we've been lied to. There have been, I believe that there are people throughout the eons that have known information that the general public is not aware of, does not have access to until recently. And even then, some of that information, I believe, is quite questionable. You know, until you get confirmation upon confirmation upon confirmation upon confirmation, I'm going to start calling bullshit on all of it. All of it. Oh well, to get back to this, seeing as how I keep getting sidetracked, these unauthorized people told Faux News that while the emails were indeed top secret, when they hit Clinton's server, one of them remains top secret to this day and must be handled at the highest security level. The second email is still considered classified, but is at a lower secret level. Now, see, that's another distinction I just flat ass don't get. Either something is secret or it's not. And to me, it's a secret if you don't tell anyone. Once you tell someone, it's no longer a secret. So, how can a secret be a secret if multiple people know it? And how can a secret be more secret even still if multiple people know it? It doesn't make sense to me. Oh well. The findings have been transmitted secretly, but it's on Faux News now because these people are unauthorized to speak on the record, but they're speaking off the record. So you can't know what their name is, so you don't know if they're controlled opposition or not. Bullshit! The findings have been transmitted to the State Department, which continues to challenge the intelligence community's conclusions about the classification of all the emails. Challenge the intelligence community. Apparently, the state even doesn't trust the intelligence community. I'm thinking oxymoron alert going on right here. But the department has no authority to change the classification since it did not originate the information. So, nanny boo-boo, stick your head in dog do. The intelligence community says it should be. So you don't make a shit bit of difference what you think it still is. Nanner. Apparently on November 6th, Politico reported that the intelligence community was retreating from the top secret classification. Run away! It's a very, very secret monster. And a development that could have helped Clinton's presidential campaign deflect allegations about mishandling classified material. Okay, Shrillery, seriously? Faux News can confirm it is true that the handling of one email has changed since it was drafted and sent. But this change has no bearing on the top secret nature of the emails when first received on Clinton's server. And this is what matters to the FBI probe. So, all of these allegations, all of this lovely stuff going up, and she's probably also going to have charges filed against her. But Slick Willie actually got impeached, but they didn't do dick about it because he's Slick Willie. And, well, Shrillery is the one with the balls, the brains, and the evil intent, because Slick Willie's just like, ha, see some pooty poo. I want to get me some pooty poo. You think I'm going to tap that shit? I did it once just so we can make another baby. Nuh-uh. Oh, well. While the classification finding is important, the central issue is whether the FBI investigation concludes that there was or was not a criminal violation. Criminal violation. Redundant, I think. And then it goes on, yes. John Kerry, the horse's ass of the world. And, yeah. And James Clapper, but he's, Director of National Intelligence. Can you imagine? He's the clapper. Clap on, clap off. Yay! He's a clapper. Give him the clap. Wow. I mean, seriously, you cannot make this shit up. The government is just nuts. And yet people go, it's the government. Oh, Leno's got a joke here. Okay, two guys show up in heaven at the same time. The first guy says he froze to death. The second guy tells him that he died of a heart attack. How did that happen? Asked the first guy. Well, I come home and thought I heard my wife with another man. But when I searched the house, I couldn't find anybody. I was so stricken with remorse for wrongly accusing my wife of infidelity, I had a heart attack and died on the spot. Geez, said the first guy, if you'd opened the fridge, we'd both be alive right now. Ba-dum-pum-pump. Thanks, Leno. Well, should I say it? Oh, what the hell. He went from a hot box to an ice box. He was still thinking inside the box. Ah, yes, Penny. How are you doing this evening, darling? I hope you're doing extremely well. Let's go see here. Yes, we are making progress, darling, and I am going to have to look into what all I need to go through. Do I have to have a special colored colander? And I mean, I already have the pirate outfit. I need an eye patch. Oh no, wait! I have an eye patch. Vince sent me one last week. Well, I got the eye patch. I got the pirate costume. I can talk like a pirate, not really well, but I can do it anyway. And I have a colander. Is that all it takes? And spaghetti. I have spaghetti. And I know how to make some pretty damn good spaghetti sauce, if I do say so myself. I think I just qualified. I don't know about the rest of y'all. Okay, let me see. What's going on here? Okay. Grammy says, Grammy, of course many of the conspiracy theories are pushed out there by controlled opposition, trying to make us true tinfoil hatters look crazy. Well, you know, I've always been crazy, but it keeps me from going insane. Oh, even Batman is not always Batman. Wow, I did not know. Okay. Well, you know, that would be weird. I mean, can you imagine going to the grocery store in your Batman? Yeah. Okay, I gotta go check out Mr. Salamander. I like salamanders. I gotta see this bad boy. Oh man, that thing is vast. I wonder if I were to try and pet it, if it would try and take my arm off. This is on SputnikNews.com. In what could be considered footage from a Godzilla movie, the biggest amphibian on Earth was recently discovered in China, and there's video to prove it. The world's largest and oldest known living salamander has been found in a southwestern Chinese cave near Chongqing by a local fisherman. The huge beast is almost 52 kilograms and over 1.4 meters long and has been transferred to a protective research facility. It's a protective research facility. Trust me, this will only hurt for a little while. The big brown amphibian with a frog-like face has small eyes positioned far back on the sides of its head, making it hard for it to see. So, it uses highly developed smell and touch to find its prey. Ooh, okay, and I always wear oils. Do you like oils, Mr. Salamander? Because I just want to pet you. I like salamanders. And lizards are okay too, but keep them snakes away from me. It's believed to be 200 years old, and the salamander is used in traditional Chinese medicine and is considered endangered. Ooh, thank God they put it in a protective research facility. Wonder if they do research on medicine. It is one of the largest amphibians, similar to the prehistoric Europs or Erops from the lower Permian period of 295 million years ago. And the animal is a link with a deep past, according to the evolutionary distinct. I think you forgot an R in there. You're really, really bad at that. Evolutionary district and globally endangered conservation project, or EDGE. Why in the hell didn't you say that in the first place? That's a hell of a lot easier to say. There is a video attached to this, though. The creature, which is considered a delicacy, faces extinction due to water pollution, habitat loss, climate change, and hunting. I sure am glad they saved this guy. Now you just need to find someone of the opposite species so they can go forth and procreate. But don't watch. That's just wrong. Okay? You people in that research facility, don't be watching, okay? That's really, really wrong. Yes, Lino? I don't know. Why is your mom the biggest boogie, Lino? Please share. I have some notices. Okay. Oh, crap. Sorry. Twitter's going nuts. Have you noticed? I have not dropped a bomb yet. I came really, really, really close once. But oh shit. Oh hey. Here's a Trump meme over here on Twitter. Think I can't get Mexico to fund the wall? Well, I got the media to fund my campaign. Checkmate. Yeah. This is like a national The Apprentice. I mean, that's pretty much what this is. All it is, he stepped up to the next level of The Apprentice. And now, instead of having just specific sponsors, everybody's sponsoring him. I just don't get it. My mom likes him, which I think Trump is a Trump. Trumpelstiltskin, more like it. Okay, up to 20 shot and ban. What? What the hell? DBLA, come on, darling. Is there another shooting in San Bernardino? The hell is this shit? Oh, it's a slideshow shit. God dang it. I bet. Oh well. Something else that I saw over on Twitter, may as well get to this one right quick because I found it somewhat amusing because I'm sick and wrong. This is from Twitchy. Apparently, whoever posted this has tears in their eyes from laughing so hard. Instapundit guesses what Sean King did with all that BLM money. Money. By now, you've probably heard that Black Lives Matter's activist and New York Daily News columnist Sean King is in trouble. Big trouble, but it's not in Little China. You see, Sean excels at fundraising, but when it comes to being honest about what happens to those funds, well, he's not so great at that. Yeah. So, where did all the money go, Sean King? That you raised for Black Lives Matters? I guess from the Daily Beast, King collected millions of dollars for everyone from Haitian orphans to the families of black men and children killed by police across America. Some of that money went to survivors or victims' families, but much of the largesse either went into failed projects, quote unquote, failed projects, although they don't have the quotation marks there. They should have them there. King's own pockets, or is still unaccounted for. Documentation and actual figures are difficult to pin down, but the husband and father of five claims to have raised nearly $500,000 on behalf of families affected by police violence or systemic racism. But an examination of public records, published articles, and public statements by King and others associated with his work leaves more questions than answers. Curiouser and curiouser. Chief among them are: how much money was definitely raised and how much of it was actually received by its stated and intended beneficiaries? Did King use his growing prominence as a fundraiser for social causes to enrich himself? Growing prominence. Is that a nose? No, that's a protuberance, right? Or a protuberance. So, where did all that money go? Well, Instapundent got it. Tanning sessions. Because, well, he's more of a very weak chocolate milk. Let's put it that way. Oh, yeah. Racist remark. Go ahead, slam me. I don't care. The hell. Yeah, it does. Ew, Atrax. That's just really gross. Ew. Soros and anything and anything of a sexual nature is just really just nauseating. Phew. Good thing I got my supper down quite a while ago, so I don't have to worry about it, returning. Hey there, E4. How's it going, darling? I hope your evening is going very well. Get this shared. Oh, so who else thinks this whole Black Lives Matters BS is just exactly that? BS. I mean, it's not even really BS because it's not dark enough to be BS. Because bullshit is... You ever been around a cow? Or a bull? Oh, okay, E4. Let me see what you said. Very true. E4 says that not much is learned within bliss, which I don't know. Well, okay, not much to be learned within bliss. Bliss/peace is earned through the path of trial, which, yeah, gotta agree with you on that one. I mean, you gotta find your own inner bliss, your own inner peace. And usually that is done through trial and tribulation. The trials and tribulations. And revelations. Okay, I saw something at the top of Oopie. And I just gotta go there. Serena Williams named Sports Illustrated Person of the Year. Okay. So? Oh, never mind. This is from my favoriteest place in the whole wide world, or at least my favoriteest place to pick on, at least on the radio. A 12-year-old with 20 prior arrests steals an 89-year-old's car. I'm thinking someone definitely abdicated their parental responsibilities with this child. That's what I'm thinking. That's quite a rap sheet for a 12-year-old. Apparently, a 12-year-old Florida boy with a long rap sheet, excuse me, was arrested again after stealing a car in St. Petersburg. The boy approached Raymond Rafferty, 89, at a Chevron gas station and is seen talking to Rafferty on surveillance footage before speeding off with his car. The boy approached Rafferty on his bike, claiming that a tire on the passenger side was low on air, and when he exited the vehicle, yes, yes. Yeah, sure it is. Yeah, there you go. You're right, Atrax. Yeah, wink, wink, wink. Hi there, Vince, also. Welcome back, darling. Okay. The boy approached Rafferty on his bike, claiming that a tire on the passenger side was low on air, and when he exited the vehicle to check, the boy jumped in the driver's seat and sped off. I get over to the other side, and within seconds he was off the bike, in the car, and took off screeching, Rafferty said. Yes, it was a public service, Grammy, because, my mother's only 84, and she doesn't drive. Or if she does, it's like 5 blocks to the grocery store. That's about the extent of it. Rafferty says that I was astonished. It just blew my mind that a kid that age would pull something like that in broad daylight. Really? You're shocked by that. Okay, you live in Florida, after all. When police were able to apprehend the boy, they were less surprised by his actions, as he had been arrested over 20 times since the age of 9. I think he got into a car accident, Rafferty told the Tampa Bay Times, and he probably couldn't even reach the pedals. There's called a seat adjuster, and depending on the make and model of the vehicle, there's also pedal adjusters and telescoping steering wheel. Yeah, there's all kinds of fancy little doodads on cars nowadays. It doesn't say what kind of car it was, though, so I don't know if it had any of them fancy schmancy doodads. And there's no photographic evidence of the amount of melanin this child has, pigmentation, however you wish to put it, because, under the age of 12, and you can't have those kind of pictures on the internet because it's just not right. Yeah. Grimmy, out in this neck of the woods, 12-year-olds drive. Because there's a thing called tractors. And there's a thing called grain carts. And, several other little farm implements out here. So, yeah, kids out here are driving 9, 10, as soon as they can reach the pedals, actually. So, and, yeah. If they have a permission slip from their parents, they can actually get a learner's permit at 14. So, yay! Of course, they're not allowed to drive unaccompanied by an adult parent or guardian until they are of the age of 18. But, all these lovely little rules that I see you made it. What did you make? Did you make some supper? I know, Kiki. Well, this has been a public service message brought to you by 12-year-old hooligans of the world. Yes, we are saving you one senior moment at a time. Or from one senior moment at a time. Is that how that goes? He's a crazy driver. He's just crazy. I was shocked. Okay, stop. My dippy cat. No, I don't know why Santa is so jolly, but wow. Do I want to go there? Just for fun? Do I want to go there, hun? Am I going to be traumatized for life? Let me share this little Speed Racer gent real quick. Oops. 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 You know how you have stutter fingers when you're trying to type and your turds get wormed around and things just don't... Yeah, well, I get stutter fingers with the clickers on the mouse. Because I'm an overachiever like that. So there. Okay, how do you know? Have you been naughty or nice today? Okay, Santa Claus. I want to know why Santa is so jolly. Although the hand movement is making me somewhat concerned. 10 internet trolls who were shockingly exposed. It's a YouTube video, so I'm not going to go there. But if you are a member of World Truth, come on over and check out Laddie Lawing's page, because he's the one that posted it. So I will have to check that out after I get done on the radio this evening. Okay, let me put this little 12-year-old over here in Twitter as well. I'm just going to inundate Twitter with like 7 posts in a week. Yeah, I know. People are going to be going, shit, she is tweeting so damn much. I wish she'd shut up. Okay, maybe they're just going to say, I wish she'd shut up. Okay. Yes, Lino? Yes, my dear. Lino is really supporting Trump than Ben Carson because Trump has many better choices about our diplomacy in the world. And Trump is more reality than others about foreign policy. Okay, well, Trumples does have to deal with foreign corporations. And seeing as how the USA is a corporation. Oh, Grammy, you are an overachiever. Let me tell you. Damn. 7 tweets in an hour? Wow, I think I would strain my Twitter finger. And I'm just gonna, yeah. Video of the kid driving off. Cool, thanks, Juana. Yeah, there's a difference between tweets and toots. Unless you're tight ass, and then it could be the same thing. Oh. Thank you, Juana. I will have to check that out when I get done on the radio this evening. Okay, let's see. Where else do I... Oh, my pocket. I need to go to my pocket because I do have several things in there that I wanted to get to. And I don't remember if Atrax shared them or who. I mean, I've had lots of them shared to my wall lately. And, well, last week I didn't get to any of the fun stuff that was shared on my wall. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, I gotta go here. I gotta. This is in my pocket, and this is one of those that I don't remember if I did this last week or if I just commented on several feeds on it. This is from countercurrentnews.com, and this is why it's so freaking cold right now. I'm just going to preface it with that, okay? Yes, Lino? You are so funny. Lino says, I tell my mommy that I would join Is together with Grammy Mary under Caliphate in America. That, my dear, would definitely bring about the end of the world as you know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the... Oh, shut up, Grammy. That's right. Larry said don't sing. Don't sing, Grammy. And Larry just got his computer back up and running. I don't want to traumatize him for life. Okay, where was I at? I'm lost. Okay, from countercurrentnews.com. Local government bans solar panels because they are fearing that they would suck up all the energy from the sun. Really? Okay, no, I couldn't have done this because this is from December 14th and today's only the 16th. So, apparently Woodland, North Carolina, where the water is extra special there, they got an extra dose of dumb in their water. Yeehaw! Fill up that trough, why don't you, with stupid too, so we can really overachieve at this shit. Nestled in a remote northeast corner of the state, the town of Woodland is not known for many folks, but apparently those that are there are all related and they share 32 teeth amongst themselves. However, you know, that kind of hurts to keep your face like, because I have to do the face in order to do the voice, and it hurts after a while. However, after a recent and downright jaw-dropping council decision last week, their small town is about to be very well known. A private solar company, Strata Solar, was looking to build a solar farm in the town because the strategic location of vast swaths of unused land located near an ideal electrical substation that would tie the system into the grid. Strata is not the first company to seek out the town of Woodland for the placement of such a farm because, you know, it's a solar farm. That means they're going to grow sunlight, which will contribute to global warming. Duh! Don't you know anything? In fact, there is a different company that has already broke ground on the construction of another such solar farm. Strata Solar was attempting to get a section of land rezoned at a council meeting last week so they too could begin construction on the new farm. However, residents showed up and voiced their opinions on the solar farm, and it was just terrifying having that many 32 teeth in one room. Is just scary. The council responded by denying the rezoning and thereby denying the construction of the solar farm because global warming. Yeah, it's either going to cause an ice age or global warming, and we're all going to die. But until we do, in a 3-1 vote, the council made the most ridiculous decision ever made by a government. Okay. I'm thinking there's quite a few of them that are right up there. There's some serious contention on that thing. I'm just saying. And the residents, they couldn't be happier. They all decided to share corn and cob together. Yeah, buddy. During the period for public comment, a science teacher, Jane Mann... Now I know why the GE commercial and the tree committing suicide. Really? Jane Mann took to the podium to explain why she didn't want any solar in her town. That in itself is just enough to make me go, "Day." Apparently, Jane told the council that she is concerned that photosynthesis, which depends upon sunlight, would not happen and would keep the plants from growing. She then went on to question the safety of the passive energy production of solar, citing a number of cancer deaths in the area, which has absolutely nothing to do with nuclear radiation or any of that waste and fluoride that's in your water or that dumb stuff they're putting in your trough that you're feeding from. Nothing at all. Move along, darling. Go get your little nibble on that ear of corn, okay? No one can tell me that solar panels don't cause cancer. Okay, I won't tell you that. I won't. I promise. After Jane expressed her concern, her husband, Bobby, took the pulpit to drive home their case by saying, The solar farms would suck up all the energy from the sun, and businesses would not come to Woodland because we would be the ice capital of the world. It would be dark here. It would always be dark 30 because of them solar panels. Don't you know? You're killing our town. All the young people are going to move out. Oh, ambulance is coming to get you, darling. And you know what? They got one of them special self-hugging jackets. It fits you and your wifey, Pooh. It's all good. Apparently, a representative from Strata Solar, likely in a state of awe. Really? I'm thinking they went, what the? Did they just say what I thought they said? What? Yeah. That's definitely having the minion look of what? Apparently, they tried to explain that there are no negative impacts. Beth Trajos explained to the council a solar farm is a wonderful use of property like this. And the only plants that will not be getting sunlight is the plants that are underneath the panels. But, wow. Okay, let's go on here. Another representative from Strata, Brent Neiman, tried to explain that the solar panels don't actually suck up any extra sun. You know that you hear see, it's affecting my brains now. It's sucking my brain cells out. That sucking noise, yeah. That's that vacuum. In Woodland, it's drawing all of the brains from everyone in the country. It's just sucking them right there because it's like a black hole. Because solar panels, yeah, they don't soak up any extra sun. Their function is purely passive and only use the light that hits them directly. The panels don't draw additional sunlight, Neiman noted, but the townspeople weren't having any of that. Don't you be lying to me. I'll bet you're one of them there government people, too. You probably belong to an alphabet soup brigade, don't you freaking liar? Liar, pants on fire, and them solar panels will put all our pants on fire, and then where will we be? Naked. Neiman went on to illustrate how the free energy from the sun would drastically reduce all their power bills, but still, they held out. Because they were probably sure that you plug them bad boys in and they're going to drain our electricity too. I just know it. After the council voted to reject the rezoning and deny the solar farm production, they later voted for a moratorium on all future solar production as well, solidifying their place in history as the town that banned renewable energy. Currently in North Carolina, or as BB would put it, North Kakalaka, much of their energy, as well as the rest of the nation's energy, comes from coal-fired plants, and we would much rather spend our days crawling around in these little dark tunnels and breathing all that nasty ass shit and burning all that coal. We would much rather do that than have those panels suck all the sunlight. They would suck the life right out of us. They would. Yeah, they use the coal to fuel the power plants that are often stripped from the earth in North Carolina through a devastating process called mountaintop removal. Although, from what I understand, aren't they supposed to rebuild them? And it's supposed to be just like it never happened. Yeah, right. During mountaintop removal, explosives are used to remove up to 400 vertical feet of mountain to expose underlying coal seams. Excess rock and soil are then dumped into nearby valleys in what are called holler fills or valley fills, leading to a slew of negative environmental effects. A whole slew of them. And then you want to suck up all our sunlight, too. What the hell are you trying to do to us? Apparently, the process leaves the lush green mountain area a dead, desert-like hole with permanent loss of ecosystem. But we prefer that to them shiny panels that are going to suck all the sunlight away from us. Well, it does look kind of ugly, too. Just saying. But, what about all them people that I'm sure are manning the explosives? Wow. That's kind of scary in and of itself, ain't it? Whew. Sucking noise, sucking noise. Well, apparently, seeing as how D.C. has clogged up the sewer line. Eggs-ax-z? Hey, dude, how you doing? Made it back, huh? X-ax-ly. X-ax-z. Okay, is that you, Vince? Are you being a smarty pants? Almost thought that was my brother. Maybe it is. Okay, I gotta share this because it's like, wow. And I would love to have some solar panels in my yard. And then in the wintertime, could I go lay underneath those solar panels and get warm? I'm just curious because I really don't know that much about them. Marcos, where are you at, darling? You do the whole solar panel thing. Clue me in, sweetheart. Because quite frankly, I know there's a whole hell of a lot that I don't know. Actually, the only thing I do know is that I don't know shit. That's the only thing I do know. Okay. Get this shared over here on World Truth. Oops, oops, oops. Dead fingers. La 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 la. Hi, Dakota 8. How you doing, sweetie? And there's Spirit Wolf. Uh-oh. What you got to say, DJ Doom? I seen you commenting on that 12-year-old. He's going for the Guinness Book of Records. That's what it is. Oh, see, I hadn't... Thank you, DJ Doom. I had not even considered it. See, Graham, we were both wrong. Apparently, it's those pesky Amish. Yeah, they're just constantly pulling those kind of shenanigans, don't you know? Yeah. Thank you very much, DJ, for cluing me in on that, because, wow, who'd have thunk? Obviously you. Okay, let's see. What else do I have? Do I have any more? Nope. Okay. Back to the pocket I go. Diggle, 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 diggle. Dig in the pocket. There's several really fun ones here. Let's see. Where do I want to go next? Do I want to go to... I could either do Avatar and Transhumanism or How to Keep Your Head Up in the Constant Stream of Bad News, which, yeah, that's Or the U.S. government's Department of Health finally admits that marijuana is not bad for you. Shock. How about the impossible chronology? History is wrong. No, I'm shocked. I'm shocked, I tell you. Oh, and I know Marco shared this one. It says that women need more sleep than men because our brains are something. Our brains are more complex than men's. That's just because we have so many freaking cobwebs up there. And they intermingle and interchange. And do you have any idea how difficult it is to navigate a mall when you don't ever stop and look at the "You Are Here" thing? And we gotta check out every store because there might be a sale. Duh. I know guys they go in, they buy what they want, and they leave. It's a guy thing. But us girls, you know, it's a maze. It's amazing. That's what it is. I think I'll do this one because I want to see just exactly how much more complex my brain actually is. That's funny. I don't care who you are, that's funny. Couples will sometimes fight over who sleeps in more. But according to science, it turns out your wife should be the one sleeping in, not you. Yes, if you don't want mama to be cranky, give her a couple more minutes of beauty sleep, okay? I'm not going to say it. In fact, women need 20 minutes more shut-eye than the average men, writes study authors. And that's down to a woman's busy multitasking brain. Okay, I do get that because I can do that. I don't necessarily do everything that I'm doing well, but I do try and attempt multiple things at the same time. And so long as I'm not walking and chewing gum, it's all good. One of the major let's try that again, shall we? Multitasking. One of the major functions of sleep is to allow the brain to recover and repair itself. Well, I'm going to need to sleep for a month. That's according to Professor Jim Horn, who is the director of Sleep Research Center in Loughborough University and author of Sleepfaring, A Journey Through the Science of Sleep. During deep sleep, the cortex, or the part of the brain responsible for thought memory, language, and so on, disengages from the senses and goes into recovery mode. No, I talk in my sleep. I do. I've been told that. Yeah. I also snore, just as you know. The more of your brain you use during the day, the more of it that needs to recover, and consequently, the more sleep you need. Women tend to multitask. Yeah. They do lots at once and are flexible. And flexible, don't be calling me Gumby. Damn it, I'm not nearly as flexible as I once was. But I'm more flexible. Never mind. And so, they use more of their actual brain than men do. I'm thinking, bam, was that a slam? Because of that, their sleep need is greater. A man who has a complex job that involves a lot of decision making and lateral thinking may also need more sleep than the average male, though probably still not as much as a woman, he continued. So, honey, whose britches you trying to get into, huh? This is because women's brains are wired differently from men's, well, duh, and are more complex, so their sleep need will be slightly greater. The average is 20 minutes more, but some women may need slightly more or less than this. So, in every sense, yes, women's brains are more complex and need more time to relax and recover overnight. Another study that examined 210 middle-aged men and women found that women suffered greater health issues from lack of sleep than men. That I can't agree with, because when I was having my problems with trying to not sleep, getting 3 hours sleep a night or whatever, which doctor basically told me, stress. It's stress. You need to do something about alleviate some of the stress in your life. So I did. Okay. We found that poor sleep is strongly associated with high levels of psychological distress and greater feelings of, go figure, hostility, depression, and anger. In contrast, these feelings were not associated with the same degree of sleep disruption in men. And here they just thought I was going through mental pause. No, I just wasn't sleeping at night. Duh. That was a pretty sucky time, too. How to cook meat. Any carnivores? Yes, I'm an omnivore. You put it in front of me and it don't bite me. Oh, extra cheesy. Okay, I get that now. Thank you very much. Yes, yeah, yeah, you're very funny. I would like, hey, is this where I call to get a taco pizza? I want a taco pizza. I want a hand tossed. I don't like the really thick crust, and I don't like the really thick. Okay, occasionally I like the thin crust, but usually I like the hand tossed. I want extra black olives, um, and some japelinos, and I want some of my El Zarape salsa. Oh wait, I have some El Zarape. Seriously, guys, you have got to go to elzarapes.com. The best. Oh, it is absolutely amazing. You have to buy it by the case though, which is still, I mean, yeah, I bought a case and that might last me 2 months, maybe, possibly. Of course, it's winter time, so I'm not going to eat nearly as many salads as I normally do. In the summertime, a case might only last me a month, maybe. I love that El Zarape. Good stuff. I know, I missed my pizza today. Yes, I'm a racist. Hey, I like green olives too. I just like olives, and olives are very good for you. Except I don't like olive oil, the one with Popeye, because she's entirely too skinny. But I do like olive oil that you can make dressing with or that you cook with. I do like that one. Black olive lives matter. Oh my God. See? And I slice my black olives. I'm a cutter like that, I know I missed my pizza today. I was busy. I actually had to WORK. It sucked. It really did. Okay, let me put this over on World Truth. I know Marco shared it the other day, so I'll just do it again. Uh-oh, Lino left. Bye, Lino. Good night, sweetheart. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Bo-do-de-o-do. Yeah. I always intend to get a good night's sleep, and it just never happens. Why is that? Oh, I know, Kiki. Hi, Ken. How are you doing, sweetheart? What you got to say? Yes. Oh, hey, yeah, Ken brings up a very good point. Who owns utility stocks on the city council? I'm wondering who has lots of stock in coal mines. Hmm? Yeah, that one too. Well, I might close that because it's just swirling. I put this over here. Oh, a hooty hoot. Somebody's got an owl. Oh, it's just a... Shit. Wasn't a real owl. Dang it. Okay, where was that one? I forgot to share it on Twitter. And I need to. Damn it. Oh, there it is. The heck? I think my kitty cat's tummy is growling, and it's growling rather loud. That was an odd noise. Oops. Okay. Now, back to my pocket I go. Hi ho, hi ho. It's back to the pocket I go. Yeah, let's do this one. This Suzanne Posel posted this. and I just got to do it because she was on yesterday with Flash and Vince and Flash. You know the dynamic diet. You guys are funny. And I swear I have not heard Lou laugh that much in like forever. Jeez, oh Pete. Y'all tickled his fancy. That's for damn sure. It was cool. It was cool. Okay, come on. Bring it. Bring it. Quit refreshing. Just bring it. I know you're waiting for an available socket. Why the hell are you waiting for a socket? Do I need a socket? Put a tennis ball in the end of a sock and whop somebody with it. That's what I do. I need to do that anyway. That way I don't have to do dryer sheets. You know, there's a way you can do where you don't do dryer sheets. You get yourself your favorite essential oil. You know, something that you wish to make your laundry smell like. And you buy you some wool yarn. And you make yarn balls. You know how you're supposed to roll it up and make a ball with the yarn? Okay, you can make like 2 or 3 out of a skein. And you put a ball of yarn in a tube sock, and then you tie a knot, and then you put a ball of yarn in the tube sock, and then you tie a knot, and then you put another one in the tube sock. You should be able to get 3 of them in a tube sock. Should be able to. You don't want to make them too big. You put them in a tube sock, you get it wet, and then you throw it in the dryer for like a half an hour. What that does is that felts the yarn for you. So when you take it out of that tube sock, it won't unravel. And then when you go to do your laundry and put your stuff in your dryer, you put a few drops of whatever your favorite essential oil is on the felted yarn ball. You toss it in the dryer with your clothes, and it makes your clothes smell lovely, and the lanolin from the wool oil will also help soften and remove static from your clothes, and the bouncing around of that ball in the dryer will also soften your clothes. So hey, it's a win-win-win, and you don't have to buy dryer sheets with all them nasty ass chemicals in them. And in the summertime, you can take your dryer vent, or not in the summertime, in the wintertime, you can take a dryer vent and put a little attachment on the end of it that, you know, screens the lint and stuff, and you can use that to help heat your house. And it makes it smell good too, because you're using those essential oils. Yeah, see? Here's your tip for the day. Okay, 4 outrageous copyright schemes Corps used to control the internet. Really? This is from June 26th of 2014, but Suzanne had posted it today, so I absconded with it. Earlier this month, the European Courts of Justice, or the ECJ, ruled that the mere act of browsing the internet is not a violation of copyright after a news outlet claimed it was so. But I said it was. A consortium of newspaper publishers stated in court that when Meltwater, a marketing firm, sent out links to newspaper articles to clients, that act itself was a violation of copyright because internet users were making an illegal copy of their computer screens and browser caches. Because they did not ask permission. They did not exchange money. It's just paper. Actually, it's paper and fiber. It's not just tree stuff. It's a special kind of paper, and we're not talking that special rolling paper either. The Newspaper Licensing Agency, or NLA, look at all these lovely little alphabet soupies, began legal action in the UK Copyright Tribunal, or UKCT, who ruled that browsing does constitute copyright infringement. Really? Well, I've been infringing all over the place. I thought a fringe was one of them things you put on a jacket. Meltwater appealed this decision, and the ECJ heard the case. Yarn Licensing, I know I screwed that up. Chief Executive Officer for Meltwater commented, "It's mind-boggling. To our astonishment, they were able to establish a couple of principles that were in contrast to what most people take for granted. The principle is that if a person is browsing the internet, the copies on the screen and cache represent a potential infringement, which is money grabbing, control freaking, bullshit. That's what it is. In 2013, the Center for Copyright Information, or CCI, launched the Six Strikes Copyright Alert System, or CAS, that has major participants such as AT&T, Cablevision, Comcast, Time Warner, and Verizon. Internet service providers, or ISPs, will collaborate to monitor the internet for users who download copyrighted material from websites such as BitTorrent. Once a user is identified, the ISP sends a warning. There's a 3-tier system of warnings with a 2 per tier. After 6 warnings, the user is blocked. You are blocked. You are bad. You're very bad, you nosy Nelly, you. Categorizing the first 2 warnings as educational alters, the user will be informed that their online activity was logged. We've been watching you. We see what you're downloading. Do you know you violated something? Do you? Next comes the acknowledgement alerts. That will take over the user's browser. It's like you got TeamViewer going. Cool, or not? A message will be displayed that outlines the user was caught. Dude, you're so busted. And you must acknowledge that you've received your warning. Like, totally, dude, you're going to get grounded and everything. Finally, the last 2 warnings are called the mitigation measures. Can you hear the jackboots? Do they do jackboots on the internet? Can you do that shit on the internet? I'm just curious. Because the ISP will withhold bandwidth from the user. You've been naughty. You can't have any bandwidth. Naughty, naughty, naughty. And or block access to certain websites. The ISP cannot disable the internet completely. However, the user's ability to freely choose to go to any website will be severely impaired. Why? Because we can. Ta 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 ta. We are the cyber police, and you've been busted. Jill Lesser, who is the executive director of CCI, explained that the implementation marks the culmination of many months of work on this groundbreaking and collaborative effort to curb online piracy and promote the lawful use of digital music, movies, and TV shows. Yeah. And Cass remarks in a new way to search consumers, or to reach consumers who may be engaged in peer-to-peer piracy, or P2P. P2P. Pew-to-pew. Pew. Hey, that's kind of fun. I may have to start saying that. Lesser, who just got lesser in my estimation, goes on to say that she hopes this corporative multi-stakeholder approach will serve as a model for addressing important issues facing all who participate in the digital entertainment ecosystem. Well, you know what, sweetheart? Although I don't know how entertaining I am, but I don't copyright any of my shit because it's like once I said it, once it fell out of my mouth, it's there in the public domain for good or ill. You know what? Once I write it, once I actually put it down to a piece of paper, it is no longer my private in my brain information anymore. I put it on a piece of paper, therefore it has been shared. Someone else can see it. The hell is this copyrighted bullshit anyway? Well, it's my intellectual property. It's your intellectual property while it's in your head. Once you remove it from your brain, you have shared it. I have a real issue with this shit, can't you tell? As copyrighted material is better protected, there will be a collective understanding that we all benefit from a better understanding of the choices available and the rights and responsibilities that come with using digital content, thereby helping to drive investment, cha-ching, cha-ching, and content creation and innovative services that offer exciting ways to enjoy music, video, and all digital content. By the way, those people that are actually producing that content, they get very little of the money you pay for it. It's all going to agents and managers and the record company because, overhead. So, really, are you thinking of the artist or are you thinking of your own pocket? Cha-ching, cha-ching. Lesser is a former employee of AOL Time Warner, serving as a lead advisor on technology, intellectual property, and telecommunications issues, as well as other issues affecting the media industry. Ta 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 ta! Like I'm impressed. He's now serving on the U.S. Congressional Internet Caucus Advisory Committee, or U.S.CICA. U.S.CICO. Lesser lobbied for the necessities of copyright enforcement on the Internet for the sake of protecting consumer intellectual property and corporate expression on the Internet, a.k.a. covering their asses and making sure that they get their big piece of the pie. Lobbyists. Yeah, that's the root of all evil. Or at least one of them. Fraudulent claims of copyright infringement are rampant across the internet, and during the Hugo Awards, the Ustream video of the show was censored by a digital restriction management, or DRM, robot that Ustream had shut down the broadcast of the Hugo Awards due to copyright infringement of material displayed during the show. And I got it because this just popped into my head. I know someone over on Facebook that, I shit you not, every comment that he makes, every post that he makes, every utterance, no matter what it is, as soon as he finishes that little bitty utterance or that long diatribe, however the case may be, he puts the date and the little copyright symbol and his name. Every fucking thing that he does, 46 minutes in, by the way, makes me crazy. And I asked him why. I said, why do you do this? What's the deal? And he said, well, I'm going to write a book. And this way I ensure that no one can take my ideas from me, and so I can compile them all into my book without having to worry about having copyright issues with someone else. And I'm thinking, dude, you got bigger issues than copyright issues, okay? Just saying. Whew. Oh, this goes on a bit further, and I'm really rather bored with it now because it's like, really? Copyright. I would say copyright means you have a right to copy, right? I know, Grim. I know. I almost made it. Almost. But I just couldn't hold it anymore. U.S. cock U.S. What? What? What the hell's a... I don't want to know. I don't think I want to know. I know. I'm going to have to, maybe, just maybe, because I think I probably, is Christmas Day on a Friday? I think it is. Chinese salamander steak dinner with a 12-year-old white trash Amish carjacker. Hey! God, now I'm going to have to look and see what time I had pegged. Because that sounds like a hell of a prize to me. Oh, well. Thank you, Suzanne, for writing this. Although I didn't quite make it all the way through because, well, I get so... I have an issue with copyright shit. Really? Really. Maybe it's just because I think, well, I don't make any money off of it. Why should anyone else? And, when I play tunes at the beginning of my show, it's like, okay, I'm giving you guys free advertising. Damn it. So, yeah. Oh, well. Thank you, Suzanne. And I know you're broadcasting right now as well, so I can't listen until later. And you can't listen to me, so... Oh well. Ne'er the two shall meet, apparently. Okay, back to... I have just a few minutes left, so I'm going to get to some of these fun things. How about from ilike.com? Hilarious headstones that got the last laugh. So, what is all this nasty? Oh, God. Somebody had a massive Buddha butt. Okay. Apparently what's hot is something to do with anonymous and is. Okay. My father was a hypochondriac, so when he eventually passed away from old age, we put on his headstone, "See, I told you I was sick." That's funny. I don't care who you are. Okay, number 1. So, Paul wasn't exactly a ray of sunshine. And the headstone says, "Life sucks. Then you die." Sorry, Paul. Oh, I hate these damn things that go, "Next page, next page." How about number 2? Truer words have never been spoken. Edith Tina Barlow. Shit happens. Yes, it does. Or, if you're in a more well-to-do area, defecation occurreth. How about number 3? Life sucks too. So either way, it's going to be okay. Yes, Graham? Okay, you don't mind the original artist having copyright rights. But when it comes to publishing, recordings, companies, or the families of the artist after the person dies or anyone else, I say, fuck all that. I don't have a problem with them having it either, Grimmy, because, in the world we live in, you need to make a buck. But this whole bullshit of once I purchase a song, and believe me, the music I have on my computer is all stuff I have purchased. I have paid money for. So once I purchased it, I should be able to use it however I feel. Right? Right. Because I paid for it. And so, with the product that I purchased, I share a little bit. I play it again. Yeah, I know, some incentive, but I bought the damn thing originally. And so when I share it and advertise for them so someone else might go, although you don't because you don't care for my music selection most of the time. But, yeah, very little of the money goes to the actual artist. I know that. There's all the leeches that be. It's called the trickle-down theory. They produce, and, what they produce goes out there, and then the money comes in at the top, and by the time the record company and all of the leeches that are attached to whomever the artist is, by the time they're done getting their cut of the blood of this, there's maybe 2 drops left for the artist. So, yeah, I get that. I understand how that works. Which is why I just don't bother with it. If I'm going to put something out there, hey, if you want to pay for it, cool, but I'm not going to charge you for it. In any case, apparently this tombstone, well, that's kind of cool. It says, "Well, this sucks." Really? Sorry, Mitchell. Yeah. It did, apparently. Okay, number 4. Putting things into perspective. Esther A. Freer says that her tombstone says that I'd rather be reading this. Now that's cute. I don't care who you are. How about number 5? If old Bill could only see the party now. Bill Kugel. He never voted for Republicans and had little to do with them. And now he votes Democrat, definitely. Because, well, that's how they do. You know, once you die, that becomes your Democratic membership. Number 6, there was always probable cause. And apparently, Robert Clay Allison, he never killed a man that didn't need killing. All righty, Robert. That's your story, and obviously you're sticking to it. Number 7. I feel like this one needs more explanation. So let's see. What is this? Buzz James J. Butler. Poke you in the eye. Miss you. Okay. Yoink. Yoink. Okay. I don't know. Maybe he was a Three Stooges fan. Or number 8. Pancrazio Juvenals. He was a good husband, a wonderful father, but a bad electrician. I guess we all know how that one happened. Oh, the irony. In memory of Ellen Shannon, aged 26 years, who was fatally burned March 21st of 1870 by the explosion of a lamp filled with R.E. Danforth's non-explosive burning fluid. Wow. That would suck. Or how about number 10? Merv Griffin. I will not be right back after this message. There's more to follow, but I got one more that I want to try and get to, and I only got 5 minutes left. So I'll just go ahead and share this with you real quick. Oh, yeah. That is true. Extra cheesy. See, now that you told me what it was, I get it. I'm a little slow on the uptake sometimes. Okay, how about this one? Best bar signs of all time. And I'm sure this is going to be another one of those lovely, yeah, it's going to be one of those. Next. Excessive consumption of alcohol may lead you to believe that ex-lovers are really dying for you to telephone them at 4 a.m. Now, I love this. 4 a.m. in the morning. Is that not what 4 a.m. means, is in the morning? Dersh. Wow, I hate it when people do that. Best way to avoid negative Yelp reviews is to embrace them. This is Smith's. Come in and try the worst rum and coke that one guy on Yelp ever had in his life. I would go try it. Just for shits and giggles. Even though me and rum and tequila, I stay away from them because, yeah, there's a song about that. Who needs sunscreen when you have pubs? Yes, pubs, the official sunblock of Ireland. Who'd have thunk? Or how about this one? Special offer, 2 drinks for the price of 2 drinks. Wow! It's on sale! Listen to your vodka. Trust me, you can dance. And sing. That's what my vodka tells me. Tells me I'm really funny, too. It's not, my vodka would not lie to me. We do not serve women. You must bring your own. Alrighty. It's not that kind of a liquor license. Let's see. This is... Either way you look at it, you're probably drunk enough, and that is, if you need this chart, then you're definitely drunk enough. So, are you drunk enough? How many drinks have you had? Plenty. All of them. Jaeger bombs. What? No. Why? Think that guy wants to fight you? Come on. Come at me, bro. That girl is pretty hot. Are you sure? That's a barking meter. Hey, babe, how you doing? How you doing? You need another beer? Go the fuck home. And that's the end of those. Well, so I'll go ahead and share that real quick too. And I am at the end of my time. Thanks everyone for listening in this evening. You've been listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair here on World Truth Radio and RealLibertyMedia.com, Channel 9. Also on the WorldTruth.org Spreaker channel. I will be back on Friday for the kickoff of the Freaker Friday festivities. Until then, y'all have an absolutely awesome rest of your wackadoodle Wednesday. And I hope tomorrow's shit day is not a shit day. I just hope it's sure happy it's Thursday, because the next day's Friday.